What's up, everybody? ZFarls here. The other day, I was looking for something specific in a playbook. It was the gun split close, and I couldn't find it, and I don't think it's in college football. So as I went through all the playbooks, I found some really cool formations. But I don't want to talk about the new, fun, interesting formations. I want to talk about the old, vintage formations that I love. So I'm going to give you a scheme today out of one of the newest formations in the game, and also one from the oldest formation in the game, in my opinion. So let's take a look. We're in the UNLV playbook, the Running Rebels, and we're going to start with the old scheme before we get into these brand new plays from duo, duo over, duo, this style, where you can see that the quarterback has two running backs right next to him. But you know what else? A quarterback has two running backs right next to him in gun split close, in flex close, in splitbacks pro. So we're going to go into flex close, and we're going to look at the play fullback trail. This is basically what I was looking for, and I've been looking for this for a long time. We went over some trail concepts in our last video. You know, you could streak X, get him out of the way, and you could also probably put triangle on a table route, which is up on the right stick. But we're really looking at circle and R1. I just can't get enough of this concept. If you haven't figured it out, I just can't get enough of it. It's just going to help you get space, get yards, put the defenders in the middle of the field in conflict. So this would be the play that I would always come out in, would be this fullback trail. And I would pretty much, like I said, streak X. Or you could put them on a crosser, which would be, up on the D-pad. You could do that. But I would also get triangle just out of the way over to the flat and, try and hit him consistently, especially if they're dropping back their zones. And just really use this two-back set as an interesting way to run the ball. But it doesn't have the bells and whistles. And let me show you the 4 quick audibles that I like out of it and why. So the play FL drag. Once again, I don't think those 2 routes out of the backfield are that great, but it does have a built-in out route that you could just quick audible to this play and then stem that out route to get a lot more space. It's got a fullback belly on the inside. It's got a halfback sweep the other way. And then it's got this play X drag flood. So we got to make sure that this C route on the right side is pretty decent, but you've also got the halfback come out of the backfield on a interesting route as well. So those would be how I would run the split backs flex close. But I would always come out in that fullback trail play. But notice another little mini scheme, and this is kind of like a concept thing I want to talk about. I think you guys enjoy when I talk about my philosophies more than just my plays. I'm kind of giving you how I think about the game. What's interesting about this play? These 3 plays. Well, the halfback flat play, all 3 have the same route on the left side of the screen. All 3 have the same route from the halfback. All 3 have the same auto motion. And one is a trail, one is a spot where he sits, and one is he heads to the flat. And on all 3 of them, the inside receiver does something different. Either runs a corner, he either runs an out, or he runs a trail. But this is something about new plays in the game. So this play has auto motion, right? And you can cancel the auto motion by just, putting the halfback on a different route and just kind of throwing it. That's an option. But then you really have to like those routes that are already like stock on the play. You'd have to obviously put square on something different, probably put X on something different, probably put R1 on something different. So this is how it would go if you just ran this play. Triangle will go over. See the angle difference on circle and triangle? On the last play, on the original play that I showed you, that was the trail concept, you're getting a much more differentiated, you're getting the drag with the angle behind it. On this one, you're getting a drag with an angle behind it, but the angle route is so much sharper that like he should be running behind that linebacker. That's why I like that play. If he drops down, he goes behind it, and that one, he stays in front. But this is a neat little mini scheme of its own that's inside this playbook. Because like I said, sometimes triangle goes to the flat. So, depending where he go, okay, this guy's going over. And now it's up to the defense to kind of guess, like, all right, is he going out? Is he going in? Is he going, or is he just sitting over the middle, depending on those 3 plays that you call. So that's a difference of like one of the oldest schemes where you're making kind of the differences versus like an auto motion scheme where it's all built into these plays, which is neat, and you do feel like you're doing something if you're audible into those. So that could be your other second mini scheme out of the set. If you don't like the first thing I showed you, you could run this flat, spot, trail, It would be a lot of adjustments, and it would be that same slow auto motion. Might be tricky, but could be something you do. Now, when we go over to the pro, I love 3 plays out of this. I love to play backs cross out of the backfield. I think the circle route is underrated, the route on the right side. I also think the route on the left is pretty underrated. You've got an off tackle for your run. You've got Z-spot, so you would once again streak the auto motion, throw that backside route, and then you would have a flood on the right side. Streak, flat, corner. And then you have Texas out of the backfield, the X play, which will give you the angle out of the backfield. So those are the plays that I like out of that pro set. But these are old formations. They've been in the game a long time. You've probably seen them and run them. And I like to go back there. I like to stay there. I'm comfortable with them, But if you do want to take a look, I do want to just let you know in this UNLV playbook, you have this duo set. So duo just means 2 in the back field. You've got some really cool concepts out of this. Maybe a different team would help you out a little bit more, but you've got a zone toss, you've got the bubble, you got a triple option. You then have, a similar formation, but they're on the weak side with twins to the right. You have a sweep reverse, you've got a load option, you've got another alert bubble, and so then you still have even more where they're more spread out. You've got another jet touch pass, you've got a speed option, you've got the levels halfback wheel out of the backfield from there where you get a blocker in the middle. And then you still have one more set. You have the duos slot open, which gives you triple option, load option, RPO alert hitches, which I'd go with the bubble over the hitches. But those are your choices. Now, I know these are all new because you can see split. They still have split. They still have their regular 2-back set from shotgun, which is similar to kind of what we just showed, which is what you get out of a normal 2-back, like the play shakes, slip screen, Texas again. So this is more similar. This split is more similar to what we just saw out of split backs, but it's in shotgun. But duo's all in front of it in the playbook. So just some ways to think about new plays in the game, which you have all the bubbles, all the alerts, all the options, all the fun stuff that's in college football. But then if you just want to go back to a simpler time, run some fullback bellies, which we'll do here. Run the backs cross play. You have Texas, but nothing wrong with a fullback belly. And I would fully recommend subbing out this tight end for a running back. And that's got to be more up the belly. That's taking him too far outside. This gentleman's a little too slow for my personal thing, but it's just fun. It's old school football. Little concept of thinking about new plays in the game versus old plays versus what you're comfortable in versus just going out into college and finding fun plays. So hopefully this video is just a fun one. Make sure you check out this playbook. Let me know what you find in the scheme and what plays you like. And if you're into these new plays or these older plays, I vote for the older plays because I'm more comfortable. All right, until next time, Barles signing out.